been a while since I posted anything. I think the last time I posted something was last year, February, and now we're in 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent this year. But yeah, a lot has happened, and I wanna tell you guys all my testimonies from last year because I definitely think that last year for me was a practical exam period, right? So firstly, I'm making this video because I want to encourage someone who maybe is going into 2025 feeling the way I was feeling when I went into 2024, which is like I had fear and anxiety for an unknown future. But then there is a lot of things that I realized, because also it's kind of like this video is kind of like an update on my journey since I started in 2021 when I said, I want to get to know the Lord. I want to strengthen my faith. I want to grow in Him. And since I've made that decision, I can honestly say the first looking back, the first year and a half was basically just me re-understanding who God is. And then the next period was basically like um, finding out His promises and reinforcing certain things in my head. Because in 2023, I did focus a lot on the book of Joshua, where it says, be courageous. I'm calling you to be strong, be courageous, and to meditate on my word day and night. And I realized in 2024, as I was going through everything, that God is basically calling me to put my money where my mouth is and kind of display all of those things that I learned and put them to practicality. This is now the test. I was basically taking a test. And I want to say that I passed. I feel like I passed with flying colors because I'm walking into 2025 feeling a lot more grateful, a lot more optimistic, very excited for the year, very excited for the future. I don't necessarily have a lot of fear anymore because there's so many things that I learned about myself and how strong I am. So yeah, it's just all of those things. So I want to start here by saying 2023 basically how what I did is change a lot of habits. The things that I did in 2023 helped and prepared me for 2024. So in 2023, I had written down all God's promises and I had put them at the back of my bedroom door. And every morning before I walked out, I would repeat them and go through them before going out, taking a shower and brushing my teeth and starting the day. And then my mom and I, because I work for my mom's company and her company's office is basically in the house, we decided to, within 2023, we're going to be more intentional about work. Every day, Monday to Friday, even if we don't have anything to do at the office, we are going to go in at 8. We're going to get ready like a morning person who goes to work. We're going to put that intention in there. And we are going to go and pray in the office first thing. And then we're going to do the little things that we can do to sort of make the business a little bit better. And in 2023, basically was the business's restructure. We sort of kind of saw, the way we are making income or expecting to make income is not a practical way. We need to do more things and different things to sort of build income streams. And we started putting sort of ideas and plans together. And as much as we were trying to, there's like, even my mom now, the way she sees a lot of things, she sees them business wise. She started selling tissue. But it's a business, guys. Like, she started selling tissue. It's 130 rand for tissue. It's only limited because she got it from where she got it. She got it at an affordable price, and she got a lot of them. Like, she bought a lot of them. And then she put them there and she was like, okay, the company's just gonna sell tissue. It's a slow but a now and again everyday income stream, you know what I mean? People need tissue, and once you have a few people, especially in her women's group at church, she marketed herself on WhatsApp, telling people to say, hey, I'm selling tissue. If anybody wants 12, it's a 24 for 132 ply. So compared to the prices of what tissue actually costs, this was a good deal. So a lot of people bought, and she felt like if I buy more in bulk, because they had the store's policy was 10 per customer. I went to go buy, she went to go buy 3 different days. She sent my dad to go buy twice. I think we went there together twice before she went alone 3 different times, and then my dad went twice until the store manager had to tell her to stop, to stop, to stop coming in and buying all the tissue but she bought all of them. And they're sitting in the room and she's like, Auntie, they're not gonna go bad. And when people want tissue, they can just buy tissue. If people don't buy tissue and at some point the house we need tissue, hey, we have tissue. We have tissue. But yeah, but I what I saw is we decided to start reading books again on a lot of books about strengthening your faith, finding your purpose by Miles Monroe. I'll list all the books that we read. It's not a lot of books. It's maybe like 3 or 4 books that we read, and it helped us strengthen sort of and see opportunities where they are. Just like her seeing the fact that we'll see, oh, tissue here at the specific store costs this much. On average, this much tissue costs about this much. If I can buy right now, my company has a little bit of funding. If I can buy all this tissue, I'll make a profit of about this much. And the tissue won't go bad, so I'll still get my money back. And you make that decision of a little bit of an investment. It's just, we decided to learn to notice and see opportunities where they are, rather than folding our hands and saying, we want to grow our business, but we fail to do anything to grow our business. You know what I mean? So it's those things, habits that we decided to change that helped us in 2024 when we were going through practicality, be more ready for that fear and anxiety to come. And I think the reason why I had fear and anxiety is that, you see, you're entering an unknown situation and your whole being is sort of telling you that this, not even a whole being, sort of the standards of the world were basically telling me that the space that I'm in right now is a space of failure and I have to go to a space of success. And the world's space of success is this space here. So I have to target going to this space here. And this space here consists of success of stuff and having a lot of things and having a lot of money and having a lot of things. You know, and then you realize, you're chasing the wrong thing. You're not supposed to be chasing that. You're supposed to be chasing the kingdom. You're supposed to be chasing God. You're supposed to be chasing finding Him. So once you realign yourself and focus and teach yourself to focus on what's important, it becomes easy to let go of things you see as non-important. Just like, for instance, I'll tell you guys all about it leading to our wedding. My husband and I decided not to make a big deal about the wedding day party. The important thing was that we were going to be blessed in front of the eyes of the Lord and become a unit. And we wanted to become a unit. Are we ready to be that unit? That is the important thing. So that's what we chose to focus on, just the blessing part. And we said, okay, there are people we definitely want to be there to bless us. My pastor, you want your pastor, and there's wives to be there. There are people who are preachers in my family that I'd like to be there as well. There are preachers in his family that he would like to be there as well. So there are people who are very spiritually drawn in our families that we would like to be there to have an opportunity to pray and bless us in this union that we were about to go to. So that was the important thing for us. I don't conform to culture. I don't like custom. And I wasn't going to leave my customs and my culture as a black person to adopt Western culture of walking down an aisle with the white dress. I didn't also want to do that. So that wasn't the idea that we had. If we wanted something, it was going to be a bride, honestly. And that was our biggest focus, is, do we have money to feed all the people that are going to be there? I was in an orange dress. I liked the dress that I was in. It was an orange dress. It was simple. We went to the church. We got blessed. I went back home. He went back to his house. I had a small little service with all the praying warriors that my mom and I know that we wanted to have there support us. And then they took me over to his place. We got there to his place. They had a little small service where they welcomed me to his home, to his family. And then it was the rest of the night we just spent showing each other our families, introducing everybody. We went to go take pictures. We came back. We hung out with our friends. We ate meat. That for us was great because all we just wanted was the important thing which was getting blessed. Everything else was not important to us. Everything else, makeup, hair, blah blah. We put that aside, and even now, still moving forward, we are just choosing to focus on what we feel is important. And once you put yourself in that range of money is not important, being successful in the world's standards is not important. Being successful in God's standard is important. And the only way to be successful in God's standard is to fulfill the purpose that He sent you here to do. So if you miss that, you've basically failed the test. Everything else basically doesn't matter. So that is my kind of encouragement to somebody who's maybe feeling fear and anxiety, is that just remind yourself of God's promises. Meditate on them day and night, Joshua. Be strong and courageous. Change your mindset, honestly. Choose to focus on the importance of situations rather than the details in situations. Choose to see God's hand in situations, even the situations where you feel like it's darkness. I feel like that might be the most important one. Seeing God's hand in a situation helps you know how to navigate, I guess, a situation. If you know if God testing me in the situation? Is God calling me to display strength in the situation? Is God calling me to help somebody in the situation? If you know what you're supposed to do in a specific situation, it does become a lot easier to navigate in that situation. And the only person who can tell you why you're going through certain things, in my experience, is God. And the only way you can get that communication is by building a relationship. And if you the sooner you start building it, the sooner you understand Him, the sooner you get there, the sooner you get to the point where you are taking the test and He's seeing where your heart is. Because honestly, 2025 for me, I'm at a level of peace because I'm not chasing a worldly standard. I understand where I am. I even have a sense of direction. Where I started 2024 with no direction and not knowing what I want to or what I'm gonna do, 2025, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I think my morning prayer, probably sums up the biggest thing of, if I wake up in the morning and saying, thank you for the opportunity of waking me up, the opportunity again to bring your will into fruition for the day. So I have the power to bring God's will onto earth a little bit every day. So if I can do a little bit every day to help in God's purpose and God's will for the earth, then I'm in alignment, I feel, for one. And so I did start a printing business. I print t-shirts and hoodies and things like that. And right now, obviously, based on where I am, I'm focusing on my language in South Africa. My t-shirt says Kholwa Enkosini, which pretty much means have faith in God, have trust in God, believe in God, right? I'm focusing on our language because I know there's a whole lot of faith-based merchandise out there, but it's hard to find one that focuses on Siswati or Zulu, which is kind of like my main one. But people do customs where they ask for English prints, right? And I do that, obviously. But when I design something, I mostly design it in my language. So this is one of the pieces that I have in my language, and there's tons more. I started a printing business and the Lord helped me with that. Honestly, I'll tell you guys, obviously, once I realized that I was in the season of my practical and God is calling for me to have faith and trust in the things that He wants me to engage in, it became a lot less fearful for me to do things. Before, I've been thinking about this business for a long time, but I was very scared to start it because I was thinking about all the printing business that already exists in South Africa, all the clothing brands that are already out there, all the, you know what I mean? And then you think, even after COVID, even worse, because after COVID, a lot of companies shut down, you know. So what makes you think that yours will succeed? I was feeling so much fear about it, but last year, because of that call for courage and strength and faith in him and what he was calling for, I decided to dive into the deep end. And even though I didn't have money, and funny enough, he provided and he showed me that he is with me, because getting everything was so easy, moving around was so easy, sort of outsourcing everything. But I'll tell you guys more about that when I share about how I started my business and how's it going and all of those things. But yeah, right now, that's my piece in going into 2025, reflecting on 2024, is that I walk out of 2024 having gained more perspective and feeling like I have passed my practical. Now I feel like I'm in level 2 of my journey with Christ. And now I just have to keep reminding myself of those promises and staying in alignment with Him. And I feel like I'm going to be fine. I feel like I'm going to be fine. So hopefully I'll be seeing more of you guys, or you guys will be seeing more of me rather. And yeah, but be blessed going into the year, guys. Don't be afraid. Be strong and courageous, and meditate on the word of God day and night, Joshua.